Kris, the defensive continuity you showed tonight, I mean, you're forcing them into making mistakes, you're making things difficult for them. What was it about tonight's plan that you liked, but also what was maybe different about tonight versus, let's say, game one in terms of the execution?
Well, the biggest one obviously is the penalty kill. We give up 3 goals, and then in the third period we're chasing. We have to cheat a little bit, and they got a goal midway through the third period. Just absolutely us forcing something that wasn't there. Tonight, when you're playing for the lead the whole time, we don't have to force anything, so that's part of it. And then tonight, I just thought the team. I don't know if our execution. I don't know if we notices the amount of battles we won and the amount of block shots. That's just determination and knowing how important the game was tonight that we almost had to walk away with a victory. And the guys felt that, and they really dug in and put in a great effort.
Second row, Derek.
Hey, Kris, we're here. I was just wondering if you just give me a thought on when you guys protect the puck, when you guys don't take undisciplined penalties, when you guys don't get bad giveaways and basically shoot yourselves in the foot. Just the challenge of trying to do that because you guys are a very good hockey team when that happens and you don't beat yourselves.
Yeah, no, it's important no matter what team you have, whether it's you got a full of stars or third or fourth liners, whatever you want to term them. You have to play the game with simplicity, hard work, and maybe there's some fancier plays once in a while, but ultimately the game comes down to just executing the simple plays over and over again, and that's dump and chase, forward check, all those boring things that don't get on the highlights. But for any team to be successful, they've got to do it continuously, and I think a lot of the guys are bought in and doing that.
We'll go third row, Corey.
Kind of, going off that, Kris, the way the goals were scored tonight, tips, deflections, going hard to the net, is that part of the buy-in mentality and kind of digging deep and knowing you had to have this one?
Well, scoring goals, it's all around the blue paint. You need bodies there. Very rarely you're going to beat a goalie from distance, and if you do, somebody's usually have to be right in front of them. So, yeah, I think the guys, I think we did a pretty good job of that game one and tonight also. But, to beat any good goaltender in the NHL, and this is a good goaltender, you need to have traffic around there, and you got to pay a price to get around the net.
Coach, your comments on Stuart Skinner and his game tonight and ability to perform under pressure?
Well, part of the reason we're talking about how much better we were defensively is, yeah, we had breakdowns tonight. We did give up some good chances. The one that I think about is the one early in the third period on the breakaway. And Stu comes up big, and he made some really big saves for us tonight. Yes, our team had some block shots, and yeah, we defended well, but Stu had a lot of timely saves, especially the one at the start of the third period, that allowed us to keep them off the scoreboard.
Daniel?
Kris, you had a very tough loss in the middle of that Vegas series and won last night in difficult fashion, but you guys responded very well. What goes into that? How have you been able to do that so well this postseason?
You just have to have a short memory. No matter what happens, win, loss, it doesn't really matter because there's no such thing as momentum going into the next game. And whether it's a tough loss, and we've had a couple of those, definitely that LA game, the one in at home against Vegas that they scored with less than a second, and even the game one against Dallas. We had the lead. We played so well in the first 40 minutes. Let that one get away. Those are tough. But our guys have gone through so much adversity, mostly last year through the playoffs, through being down in a series against Dallas. They had a 2-1 lead, and they were up 2-0 early in that first period. Then we were able to come back. That was one time I remember being down 3-0 to Florida, and even the 2 elimination games that we were facing against Vancouver. The only way you can get by that is if you just worry about the present and what needs to be done. And, I think our guys we're an older team. We've got a lot of experience, and they're able to focus on what's important.